Happy Wednesday, Striver. I hope this message finds you in a great attitude, still energized by the new year. Listen, we're only, 5 days in this new year, and I know how sometimes you come back this time of year and you're just met with so many emails and people reaching out or obligations, and it can feel already stressful, like literally 5 days in. You're still catching up from the holidays. People have a lot of expectations of the new year. Of course, they're energized and excited, so they're trying to get everything they can out of you and get everything on the plate while they can. And if that's the case, take a nice deep breath in. Because it's always going to be like that. There's always going to be tasks, always emails, always people coming for you, asking you to do new things. And it's always your job to set those boundaries, manage your mind, keep yourself intact in your integrity and in your own path. It's okay. Right now, I know it gets really busy. I see it all across the board with high performers in my world. As many of you guys know, I'm blessed to coach people literally who pay 7 figures a year to work with me. And this week always starts off so exciting. And then by the time I talk with them on a Friday, they're wiped out because they're like, there's so much, so many new ideas, so many new proposals, so much readiness to do things. And what I share with you, as I would share with them, is take a breath. You got this. Remember, you get to manage that internal energy. You can still be calm and centered, even amid chaos and high obligations. In fact, that's what the world's best high performers do. They just maintain a certain level of calm, even though everyone else around them is falling apart or everyone else around them is throwing them new things on their plate. They just learn to breathe and be mindful and to trust that they can manage it, figure it out, delegate it, work through it. They honor that struggle and they keep going. Today, though, I'd actually like to take on maybe a different topic than that feeling, if you're feeling it, maybe you're not. And that is the idea that even though we're only 5 days into this year, can you still find that motivation, that drive, or that feeling of that magic if you celebrated the new year, or if you went to bed early, but you still wrote down your goals? Can you still keep that momentum? Every time you're motivated to change, how do you maintain momentum? That's what I'd like to talk to you about today. I think there's really 4 ways. The first one is momentum is always preceded by clarity. You've got to know what you want. And so if you haven't done the work of writing down your yearly goals, broken it down to quarterly goals, broken it down to monthly goals, broken it down into daily or weekly habits that will keep you moving forward, I encourage you to open up the plan section and write those goals down. I think it's capturing those goals is so vital and so important. If you're struggling with gosh, what should I do with my life? Or gosh, what should I, how can I plan out my day, my week, and my month? I'll remind you, I did literally 4 hours of workshop on that training on that. And so you can access that if you go to the Learn section and watch past events. My last 2 trainings there will support you in finding your own clarity. If that was not sufficient, you're still wondering, click the challenge section of the app here in GrowthDay, and you'll see we have our Clarity Challenge. I think over 4,000 people are taking it right now. The Clarity Challenge is something you can take. It rolls out for you and helps you find your own clarity. Gives you some journal prompts and activities and some video training that's specific to helping you find clarity. Got to get clear. Remember, no goals, no growth. No clarity, no change. You got to get that clarity. If you struggle with it still, please check out my book, High Performance Habits. There's a whole chapter on seeking clarity. Finally, number 2, communicate your goals to everybody. Okay, you set your New Year's goal. Did you tell your goals to your spouse, to your partner, to your friends, to your lover, to your, your team? Do the people in your life know what you really want? That's one of the most important questions. I've had so many breakthroughs with clients on this as I'm their high performance coach, is just realizing that too many people strive alone in a vacuum. And they think, well, no one will understand me. They think no one will cheer me on. They think people will judge me. And I'm like, yes. Have you not studied, every biography ever written is a story of somebody who was discounted, not supported, not understood, who then still maintained their momentum, did their own thing, plowed through, built the thing, served others, and made their mark even though there was doubters. Don't worry that some people aren't going to get it. You don't need their permission to take action. You don't need their understanding for you to motivate yourself. And that's what's important. However, communicating your goals to others is a way to keep yourself accountable, to put it out there, to say, I'm going for this, to announce and declare to the world, watch out, this is what I'm interested in. It also, once you communicate it, very few people realize this, but if you do not communicate your goals, you can never appropriately set boundaries. See, when you tell people what you want and what you're after, and then suddenly they come up to you and they offer other things, they try to put obligations on your shoulders, and you get to say to them, oh, I'm sorry, remember when I was sharing with you, I'm after this. I'm going to stay focused on that. If you never communicate it, instead, every new person who wants something from you, you have no defense point. You have no anchor point in which you said what you wanted. So they just think you'll take anything and they'll keep coming at you. The more clear you get about who you are, what you're after, what you're trying to achieve, and the more people around you know it, not only does that protect your boundaries, it often gathers people out of the woodworks. People just start appearing because you've manifested it. You spoke it into the world, and it travels and ripples through other people as they share it or they talk about it in good ways or bad ways. And I've always noticed the more vocal you are about your goals and your dreams, yes, the more people will think you're crazy, but yes, the more likely just a few of those people support you, open some doors. Third idea for momentum is you must be in command of distraction and discouragement this year. You got to be mindful and notice when you are distracted. You got to set up those alerts on your phone that, if you've been in Instagram for 30 minutes, it pops up and says, warning, you've been in here for 30 minutes. You've got to notice when you've, opened up 40 tabs in your browser because you're just uncertain of what you're supposed to be doing this hour. That's why you got to plan your day in advance. This is why I still recommend you fill out the plan every morning here in GrowthDay. Or if you're someone who likes to write it down like me, I use my high performance planner. Yeah, I still write it out every day. And you can still get your high performance planner on Amazon. Anyway, I use my high performance planner to write it out in the morning so I'm really clear. I have those scheduled blocks of time so that whenever I feel distracted, I just look down, I'm like, wait, what am I supposed to be doing? And it's like an instruction guide. It's like, oh, I'm supposed to be doing this. Okay, great. Get back to that. What am I doing over here? You got to be in command. Notice that when that's happening. And then be in command when you're discouraged. Notice I didn't say never be discouraged. I said get back in command when you feel discouraged. When you feel discouraged, notice you're feeling discouraged. Oh, I'm feeling like I'm failing. I don't feel like I have momentum. I feel like I'm struggling here. And you've got to learn that to manage that self-talk that says, oh, you know what, right now I'm just feeling discouraged. Well, what will help me move through this discouragement? Well, let me acknowledge the emotion. Let me revisit what I'm after, re-anchor and get clear towards my goals and my priorities, and take that first next step, even if it's a little bit of a struggle or I got to force it a little bit, but here we go. And the choo-choo gets chugging again. I think that's what's important. You've got to notice when you're distracted or discouraged and get yourself back on track. For me, if it's significant distraction or significant discouragement, I make sure I go outside for a walk, even if it's just 5, 10, 15 minutes. I come back and I stretch out and I do a release meditation for 5, 10, 15 minutes. If it's really bad, I go take a nap and I get back up. I have a green tea and I come back. I look at what I'm supposed to be doing for my plan and I take that next right action of integrity. And finally, big idea for you today. Momentum. It's so much about community. It's about engaging in community and content that inspires you, that empowers you, that does cheer you on. While not everyone in the world will cheer you on, I think you'll notice right here in GrowthDay, if you go to the community section, that is, if you're in the app, you would click those little, if you're in the mobile app, you'd click the little people at the top right of your app. If you're on desktop or the browser, you can just click the community section and maybe write down your goals, maybe share what you're up to, and you'll see you get encouragement, not people who discourage or disbelieve. And I think that's what's really cool. Plus this content every day, we're busting some good content into your ears. Listening to all these teachers, especially if you're a pro member, listening to all the teachers, or if you have the courses, listen to a course, you'll notice the positive tone. You notice the lack of politics. You'll notice the lack of judgment or condescension, and rather you'll hear an inclusive tone that says, hey, we got this. You got this. This is a great day for you. Today you can change your attitude. Today you can refocus. Today you can choose what matters to you. Today you can keep moving forward. You got this. Momentum is possible because you and I both know every day is a great day to grow.